harder you press the key, the more volume and pitch will change. But you can adjust that separately. If you just want a tremolo, you might put the tuning down to 0, and then it's just changing volume as a tremolo effect. And of course, you can imagine you can adjust the speed as you like. It's much better than just having the LFO vibrato. So, please. Okay, next chapter. By default, every instrument is set to a legato mode. But of course, you can also play polyphonic. In addition to the legato mode, there's something called the glide mode. That works like this. You press the sustain pedal. By default, it's set to the sustain pedal. You can use any other controller like mod wheel or stuff. You press and hold the key. And if you play the next, then it plays a run from the first to the second key. This is made, what I did is I recorded runs of a whole octave. Again, the speed is adjustable with the slider. The speed is adjustable even while it's running. And you can limit it, because usually you want all notes, you don't want all notes to be played. So you can limit it with a function called max step. This is now set to 3. You can choose any of between 1 and 12 semitones. And now it only plays the last 3 notes of a run. This way it's much better in time, because if you have only 3, then it's always the same length. Because if you have 12 semitones running, that's always faster and shorter. But you can reach any interval. You can even play. This feature is even great for thrills, because it's a real play thrill. But you can also play seconds, 2 semitones. Yeah. Okay. Another important point for me was to make the decisions where the samples start. Especially on saxophones, you always have a pretty long attack which goes like fleur, and if you want to play fast with this sound, it goes like fleur, 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 and you don't want that. But I can't truncate the attack too much, then it would sound artificial. So I thought about that, and I included a feature which is called speed control. If you play, then you have the regular sustain sound, and if you go above a certain speed, which is adjustable, at the moment it's set to 200 milliseconds. If you play faster than 200 milliseconds, it changes to a different articulation with a truncated attack. So you're always able to play fast, but without losing this nice fleur effect for the first note. So the first note always has this fleur, and the others go faster. So another feature is the no, I'll show you something more, but it would be better to switch to the interview. We do that later. Okay, one thing about the whole concept of Chris Hein Horns Volume 2 is this: in opposite to Volume 1, which has only solo instruments for playing solo, the instruments for Volume 2 were recorded separately, but each one listening to the other in the headphone. And I think that made a big difference, especially when it comes to section. All the players are great players from the WGR big band based in Cologne, Germany. They got 3 Grammys already, one for Michael Brecker production. And the first trumpet player, he played the first track, and the second trumpet player came, had his track in the headphone, and was able to to match this sound in feel and timing, so that you never get interferences which are not wanted. They told me even when they play together in studio, they have to take care about flanging when two trumpets play unison, or even in real instruments. And I did that through all instruments, so the trombone players came, the saxophone players, and everybody had all the others in mind, in the headphone. And one of the sax players said to me, wow, that's like playing in a big band, because they used to listen to the first trumpeter. And I think that makes the difference. It has much more power than if you would have several instruments from different libraries. Come to an end? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually that is maybe a final sentence. Yeah, so Chris and Hans Volume 1 and 2 are out. Chris Hein Volume 3 will be muted brass, muted trombones, muted trumpets. Volume 4 will be come in June. That will be more sax and brass, like the soprano saxes, bass saxes, a lot of clarinets and stuff. And the good thing is everything follows the same concept. So once you've learned one instrument, you know them all, and you could even copy a track to another, call it saxophone if it was a trumpet player, and it should fit and work. Also these glide mode things, they're in sync with all instruments, so they all fit perfectly together. Okay?